What is up, hooligans? And welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. This has got to be the latest Coffee with Hooligans we've ever had. It has been a very long day. A very long day. I've been working my ass off since like 10 o'clock this morning. I just got done a couple hours ago. I haven't eaten for 3 days. So I ate when I got home, but then I was throwing it up because my body couldn't process this shit. I got a whole Dr. Pepper here. I can't even drink it because I just want to throw it up. I don't know. It's been a long day, but I told you guys we go live, and we're live, and it's 11:59. So I still went live today. You can't hold it against me. We went live. Here we are. Okay. So we're gonna read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then of course we're gonna be getting things started. First, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Colton, Slenderella, and Devin. Thank you, hooligans, so much for all the support. You guys are fantastic, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to be starting off with this first video titled, More Than 1.5 Million Bags of Shredded Cheese Has Been Recalled. You better go check your cheese and stuff. What a thing to taint. Either way, then we got a video titled, Mathew Perry's Death. Ketamine Doctor Sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. I don't know. It seems a little short to me, but, you know, I don't know all the details, I suppose. Then we got a video titled, President Trump Promises Rebate Checks from Tariff Income. That's kind of exciting news. But then we got a doubly there. The second video, President Trump caught falling asleep in the cabinet meeting, but the White House rejects the claims. Now in that video, I don't really know if he's falling asleep or not, but I have fallen asleep in meetings before because meetings are fucking boring. So I don't hold it against the president if he was taking a little nappy nap. Then we got a video titled, Rescue Group to Help Americans Leave Venezuela Amid Rising Threats. They're called Gray Bull Rescue. We're going to be covering that. Then we got a video titled, Never Before... Wait. Where's our... Oh, then we got our midlife break, and we're going to switch this around on the schedule and see if it does a little better. Our midlife break was provided by 10 Man, and it's titled, Busted on the Jumbotron. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled Never Before Seen Photos and Videos of Epstein's Island Home has been released. Then we got a video titled Bovino says Border Patrol agents will stay in New Orleans until the mission is accomplished, which is some good news there. Then we got an interesting video titled Texas A&M student found dead. Mother demands answers. It's weird. The police are saying it's a suicide, but nobody else thinks it's a suicide, which makes me wonder if the police are corrupt or something. Then for the last little bit of the news, it is Lefties Losing It, and today it's titled, The View hosts jump on the treason train, which is not surprising for The View. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Who Threw, and it's titled Tard. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled No. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Russell? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Obnoxious Scott? What's up, Matt Rogers? And what's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom, you hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Hold on, are we not running? No, we're good, right? What is happening here? Oh, yeah, we're good. Either way, I was first today. You were first today, Mr. Satan. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing to the chat. Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. What's up, Elder Zoomer? What's up, Magic Moon? What's up, Watchman? What's up, Free Thinker Texan? What's up, High Plains Drifter? Happy freedom to you, and thank you so much, High Plains Drifter, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. You're officially a hooligan, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, High Plains Drifter. You have a chair at my table. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. And what is up, everyone, over on Kick? What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. And what is up? What is going on over here? Are we getting raided? Hold on, let me figure this out because we don't get raided over here, so I don't know what we're doing. What's up, Watch with Wayne? Thank you so much for raiding us with 26 in the chat. You're a badass. Let's just do the raid real quick. See if I can get this Klaus Daniels over here. Thank you so much for the raid over on Twitch. You're a badass. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. All right, and then also, thank you so much, Richard, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch for 4 months. You're officially a hooligan, and I appreciate you. Thank you, Richard. And what is up, everyone over on the Commie Tube? Donnie Brooklyn, you were first today. Welcome to Beers with Hooligans. I know that's what I should have called it. It's a little late to have coffee. Happy freedom to you, Donnie Brooklyn. What's up, Christine? Happy freedom to you. Mrs. Satan, I appreciate you being omnipresent. What's up, LAF? Happy freedom. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom to you. And I just scrolled too far. What's up, Joe? Happy freedom. Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. I appreciate you. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, El Bardo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sunshine? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Miss Jenna X? Happy freedom. Scrolling. What's your name? Shenanigans. Happy freedom to you, Shenanigans. Watch with Wayne. Appreciate you. Thank you for rating us over on Twitch. You're awesome. And you are omnipresent. What's up, Captain Seamus? Happy freedom. Guten Abend. Oh, see, I shouldn't be saying shit. You guys always trick me with that. What does that mean, Captain Seamus? He's saying racial slurs at me. What's up, Rod? Happy freedom to you. I think we got everybody. You guys are welcome to hit that like button over on the Goof Tube. You people over on Rumble, all you hooligans, hit that like button, please. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you. Meta, I am sort of doing okay. I did talk to an attorney today, and he told me to shut the fuck up talking about the whole deal. And so I got to just shut the fuck up talking about the whole deal. But if you guys would like to help me fight this lawfare that's happening to me, please use PayPal or the Stripe link or the Cash App link in the video description if you'd like to help me fight against this bullshit that is happening to me. And that's all I can say about it. Either way, we're going to go ahead and get into this first video here. Like I said, more than 1.5 million bags of shredded cheese has been recalled. So we're going to go ahead and pull this up. This hurts me dearly because I like shredded cheese. I put it on just about everything, but I won't be for the next couple of weeks because I have metal allergies. And I don't know quite how this could kill me, right? This could just injure the regular person, but me, I drop fucking dead, especially if it's aluminum. I lost my hearing and I have tinnitus in my left ear because I worked at a factory that had aluminum in it. That's how sensitive I am. I'm real sensitive. Not a lefty, though. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Time to check the cheese drawer in the fridge. There's a recall you should know about. More than 1.5 million bags of shredded cheese are being recalled because the FDA says they may contain metal fragments. The cheese originates from the Great Lakes Cheese Company in Ohio, but it's sold pretty much everywhere. It's under a bunch of brand names at places like Target, Walmart, Aldi, and Nevada is affected in this. The recall affects several brands of shredded cheeses like mozzarella, Italian style, pizza style as well, a few cheese blends with mozzarella and provolone, mozzarella and Parmesan too. Really, mozzarella seems to be the big culprit here. There are a lot of brands, again, that are affected by this. Just some of them are Brookshire's, Sprouts, Good & Gather, lots more too. You can check our website for a full list of those products. The FDA says if you do have any of those items that match up with what's on that list, throw them away or you can return them for a full refund. Back to you.
Now, it's a little confusing the way they talk about it. They're saying that it goes under many brand names. And so I don't know if you'd even be able to tell if the cheese came from, let me see, I wrote it down. The Great Lakes Cheese Company. I don't know if it would say it on the back of the package. I guess I could check after the live. I might have some cheese. Hold on, let me see. I'm going to grab a cheese pack real quick. We'll see if I got metal cheese. I just had this shit sit on the fucking counter. Let me see if we got it. Distributed by Warren, Michigan. So no, I guess not, because it's coming from Ohio. You got Ohio cheese, you should probably get rid of that. That's what they're trying to say. 1.5 million bags of cheese being recalled because it may have metal fragments in it. The Great Lake Cheese Company, which is kind of weird to me, because does Ohio even touch the Great Lakes? I don't know. We have Great Lakes everything here in Michigan, and to me it's weird to hear that from Ohio. But either way, they're saying that the cheese comes in multiple brand names. So just basically throw out shredded cheese if you got it. I guess. I don't know. This is what they're saying. This is my interpretation of what they're saying. So I don't know. Take your own advice. But next up, we got Mathew Perry's death. Ketamine doctor sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Like I said, that seems kind of light for killing somebody, but I don't know all the details. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these cheese problems. Camp Shamus, Lake Erie runs along the north side of Ohio. Oh, I guess I see over on the Detroit side of Michigan. I didn't think about that. Thank you for letting me know, Captain Seamus. Obnoxious Guy, I thought Great Lakes was Michigan. Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I'm biased. Ghostly, how much cheese is too much cheese? Only if it's got metal in it. That's where it starts to become too much. Ghostly, they poison our cheese now. This means war. That's what I'm saying. Tori Wayne, I love to shred my own Parmesan. Yum. I've never thought about doing that. I bet it's fantastic. And it doesn't have metal shavings in it unless you add that on your own. It's the safest way to go. 10-man, Russell's knocked the hell out. Oh, he's not really in the chat. Well, that's all right. That's all right. He's here in spirit. Magic Moon, shredded cheese is coated with something too. What do you mean? Like it doesn't melt right? I've always kind of felt that way. Free the good Texan, good. Good thing I shred my own cheese. I'm going to have to start doing that too. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. Let's see here, scrolling through. What's up, Jack? Happy freedom. Thank you so much, High Plains Drifter, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're a badass, High Plains Drifter. Thank you so much. Make sure we get everybody. Free the good Texan, happy freedom to you. Talk about a late stream. I know, but I told you guys that we would go live, so we're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. I'm tired as shit. I'm exhausted. I don't even remember starting the live. But that's okay. We're going to get through this shit because I told you guys I would. But I'm going to be asleep right after this because I got to wake up early and get back to the bullshit. But then I'm going to try and have a more reasonable time to start Coffee with Hooligans tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to be able to start at 3. But I do got to get up and get some stuff done. But it ain't going to take as long as it did today. Not at all. And hopefully we'll be at a more reasonable time. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. I thought I'd be sitting here by myself because the show must go on. But I really appreciate you guys being here with me so late. Meta, what'd the attorney say? Well, I haven't hired the attorney. He gave me free advice because he's a nice guy like that. But he says it's going to be $10,000 to put an attorney on retainer. And I don't have $10,000. So I'm going to be signing up for credit cards and shit because I'm not just going to eat shit on this. I did nothing wrong. What's up, Tucson? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sherry? Happy freedom to you. Two Ruby Shoes, happy freedom. What's up, Diane? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us. What's up, Hurley Girl? Happy freedom. Need to start cooking. What are you making? What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom. What's up, Nucking Futz? Happy freedom to you. What is your name? We'll go with Gene. Happy freedom, Gene. Do you want the brand names? What do you mean? I mean, I'm not that worried about it, but it's just weird the way that they displayed the information. They're like, yeah, it's multiple brand names. So if you got cheese, throw it out. Okay. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I appreciate you, Hurley Girl. Miss Gen X. I never thought about getting a loan. I might be able to pull that off. Thank you for letting me know. LAF coated with sawdust. I believe it. LAF, yeah, I am an aluminum magnet, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Hey, thanks for being here, Obnoxious Scott. Enjoy the rest of your night. Tori Wayne, yeah, that's why I shred my own now. It's coated too. It doesn't stick together. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, it doesn't stick together. I'm going to take a closer look at my cheese over here. I'll do that after the live. Either way, let's get into this next one. Like I said, Mathew Perry's death, which I've never watched whatever show he was on. But apparently they got around to charging the doctor here. Once again, this is ketamine doctor sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. And like I said, that seems kind of light, but I guess you get special treatment when you got those doll hairs. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Sort of well documented my world of recovery.
Keith, do you think 30 months was sufficient?
I think I'm going to let the decision stand as it is.
And what was your reaction when you heard the initial sentencing?
Go with the sentencing. I have very little to say.
Do you have any comment you'd like to add?
Dr. Salvador Placencia, who admitted to distributing ketamine to the Friend star weeks before he died, was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison today. His attorney asked that he serve just 1 day in jail. Inside, he apologized to Mathew's family and was taken into custody after the sentencing. Prosecutors claim the doctor taught Mathew's assistant how to regularly shoot him up with the drug.
Taking K is like being hit in the head with a giant happy shovel.
Outside court, this chaotic scene as Mathew's mother and stepfather, Dateline NBC correspondent Keith Morrison, held hands as they headed in for the sentencing.
Is there any sentence that you feel like would be justifiable for today?
The couple, who were both outside Mathew's Pacific Palisades home after he died, poured out their hearts in a victim impact letter. They called the doctor a greedy jackal who snuck through the night to meet his victim in secret. For what? A few $1,000s? So he could feed on the vulnerability of our son?
Broken people don't need to stay broken.
They also highlighted a text message the doctor sent to a co-defendant asking, "I wonder how much this moron will pay."
Do you hope for the same outcome for the next cases that are coming up?
Courts do what courts do.
Okay. Now, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the actor and all of that stuff. I know he kicked the bucket, and a lot of people cared about that. But I think it's interesting that Dr. Salvador was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for giving ketamine to Mathew Perry. He apologized to Mathew Perry's family, but what does that matter? I know that it makes you look good in court, but yeah, oh, you're real sorry that you gave him ketamine and he kicked the bucket. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't necessarily the doctor's fault. You know, maybe it's not a situation like Michael Jackson where he was doing the injections, right? They said that it was like a third party doing the injections, so maybe it's justified to do 2.5 years, but obviously killing somebody's pretty serious. Next up, President Trump promises rebate checks from tariff income, but it is a doubly. The second video, they're saying that President Trump fell asleep at the cabinet meeting. I don't think so by the way his body is. I've fallen asleep before. I've never fallen asleep like this. I've never just been sitting there sleeping like this, and that's what he's doing. And so I think he's reading something on the table, but you know how Blue Team is. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Mathew Perry's death. Matt Rogers, I buy cinnamon in the Mexican section of the store. It's much better. Is it really? Interesting. I will have to check that out. I know right where that is at Walmart. Tori Wayne, yeah, I grind my own cinnamon because companies add sawdust and other stuff. You just never know what is in stuff if you don't prepare it yourself. Sad we live like this. Yeah, absolutely. Especially because stuff is way overpriced. Everything is so damn expensive. And it's not even food. It's not even food that you're paying for. Tori Wayne, my son-in-law, I think that's what that is obsessed with Friends and cried days when he died. Any innocent life lost is sad, but people idolize these actors. Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand people idolizing them and then they die, and then that's really sad because you think this person's really great. And I think that's understandable. I mean, you're not supposed to have idols according to the Bible, but I think fancying somebody because you think they're great, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know? And I don't know, like, we don't necessarily idolize President Trump, but a lot of people felt sad when he got shot at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally. We were covering that live. I remember everybody was feeling a lot of different ways. So, I mean, I could understand. Thank you so much, High Plains Drifter, for gifting the subs over on Rumble. You're a badass. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. What's up, Kirsten? Happy Freedom. Kevin Seamus, it's been a few years since he died. See, and look how long it took them to get this through court. What's up, Ja? Happy Freedom to you. Appreciate you joining us, Ja. Magic Moon, simple is true. Just eat meat. That's what I told her. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy Freedom to you. Ja, I need this motherfucking rebate check for show. Yeah. Me too. I need it real bad right now, so hopefully they go ahead and do that. They're saying this could be around tax time, though, so we'll see how it goes. It's coming up next. I love you too, High Plains Drifter. Thank you so much. Free the text and sell a testicle. Are you buying? Are you offering? I gotta find somebody who wants a testicle. What's up, Watchman? Happy Freedom. I bet the Dems would pay top dollars for these nuggets. They're a bunch of weirdos Mad scientists over there on the blue team. Meta, I can't say any of that stuff. Sherry, I didn't know that was his dad. I've never seen those people before in my life. They remind me of the guy from The Labyrinth. I can't remember that artist's name. He did all kinds of stuff. I cannot think of what his name is, but he looks like he's related to those two people. Tucson, you need a Red Bull. Oh, I drank a Monster earlier and I shouldn't have did that. I've been sick since I did it. Tucson, what do you think about Obamacare running out of funds? I don't think anything about it. I don't think anything about it. I've never had Obamacare. I've never even been penalized for not having Obamacare. So I just don't feel any kind of way about it. I've never had any kind of insurance, really. Knucking Fuzz. No, not Jim Henson. It's not Billy Joel. What the hell is the guy's name? You guys are going to make me Google it. Somebody's got to have said it in the chat. David Bowie. Thank you, Captain Seamus. I knew somebody would said it. Yeah, David Bowie. And he looks like the parents of Mathew Perry look like they're related to David Bowie. Captain Seamus, Matthew's dad looked like he was wearing a diaper. I missed that. I did not notice that. Ghostly dude had a drinking problem and a drug addiction. Doctor took advantage of it. Oh, I absolutely believe that. I think they say in the video, they mention having a text message talking about how much do you think this moron would pay. So yeah, it does sound like the doctor took advantage of the situation. The Hippocratic Oath to the Hippocratic Oath. What a hypocrite. Klaus Daniels, what are you doing? Getting into stuff. You don't want to come to work today. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Bless Greg. He did kind of look like old David Bowie. I always felt like David Bowie looked kind of like a vampire. Just anytime you see him, he was a very weird dude, especially when he was doing like the Star Child stuff or whatever. He had like orange hair and all of that. Very weird person. He's very eccentric, I guess. Nugget Fuzz, yeah, Bowie. I'm going to say, is Obamacare Somalian health insurance? I mean, it might be. Shenanigans. It's like standing in a pig pen and asking which pig is the cleanest. Yeah, I suppose you're right. What's up, Lamb is the Light? Happy freedom. Out in North Carolina, you guys got snow? We got more snow than we know what to do with. The snow's higher than the car at this point. Like when I'm driving down the road, it's just walls of ice. What's up, Alex? Happy freedom. Alex, Walmart lady is the one who put out the full page No Kings ad on Trump. Oh, I think that's old news. Is it? Are you referencing someone specifically? Like, did they do something new? Alex, even though she didn't pay living wage, wants people to get government help to subsidize low pay so she gets even richer. Oh yeah, I totally believe that. These corporations are awful. Did you guys see the Black Friday stuff? Apparently, people went to Lowe's for Black Friday, you know, like first in line kind of stuff. And they kind of got some badass stuff. They got like coffee cups and they got a bucket, and the bucket was full of all kinds of items and stuff. People went to Target thinking they were getting the same kind of stuff. They waited in line in the cold and all that. And they got a bag that had like chapstick and Uno and like, I don't know, $12 worth of items in it. And they were standing outside for like 6 hours for that bullshit. I don't know. That's why I don't play the game. Cam Seamus, whose face do they got over there on David Bowie? That's hilarious. All right, hooligans, we're moving forward here. Like I said, President Trump promises rebate checks from the tariff income, but then we got another video where they're claiming that President Trump is sleeping at this cabinet meeting. Again, I don't think he was actually sleeping, but we'll let you guys decide. Before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get these Trump videos pulled up. Now, I like the way he's talking about these rebate checks and all of that, because it kind of sounds like it's steps in the right direction. They're talking about possibility of no income tax. That would be crazy. Come on, YouTube, stop fighting me. You're going to take this one way or another. Come on, come on. Do the thing.
They told me.
Jesus loves us. All right, getting this first video here. Like I said, President Trump promising rebate checks from tariff income. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
That next year is projected to be the largest tax refund season ever. And we're going to be giving back refunds out of the tariffs because we've taken in literally trillions of dollars. And we're going to be giving a nice dividend to the people, in addition to reducing debt. We, as you know, I inherited a lot of debt, but it's peanuts compared to the kind of numbers we're talking about. So we're going to be making a dividend to the people. And additionally, we're going to be able to reduce debt. And as time goes by over the next 2, 3, 4 years, those numbers are going to go up. And I believe that at some point in the not too distant future, you won't even have income tax to pay, because the money we're taking in is so great, it's so enormous, that you're not going to have income tax to pay. Whether you get rid of it or just keep it around for fun or have it really low, much lower than it is now, but you won't be paying income tax. We've slashed $1 trillion in costly job-killing regulations, saving Americans an estimated $2,100 for a family of 4. The Biden administration was the exact opposite, but times 4. They went up $6,000. We went down $2,100. Think of that. To bring down energy, electricity, and utility prices, I ended the Green New scam. They call it the Green New scam, one of the greatest scams in the history of our country. They talked about global warming and all that crap, and what they've done to this country. What they've done by allowing 25 million people into our country, many of whom are criminals, many of whom 11,888 are murderers, and we have to get them out, and we're doing it. We're doing it. I think what the job that our law enforcement groups are doing, Christy, you and Tom and everybody, amazing. What you're doing is amazing.
All right, President Trump there talking about rebate checks, and then also saying they might just do away with income tax, which is pretty exciting. We're going to get in this next video, the doubly here. Like I said, they're claiming that President Trump was caught falling asleep in the cabinet meeting, but the White House rejects these claims. Again, look at the way he's sitting. And they're going to show a couple different clips. Now, maybe he's dozing off. I don't know. Meetings are fucking boring. But I don't think he's sleeping. I just don't. These positions that he's in makes me think he's looking at papers that are flat on the desk, and they don't show it from an angle where you can actually tell if there's anything on the table or not. But I think that's what he's doing based on his body language. That's just my opinion. But let's go ahead and get into this, and then we'll hop in the chat.
This is not our money. This is taxpayer money. When the president has said is we're going to do foreign aid, but we're going to do foreign aid for countries that are aligned with the United States, who basically puts America at the forefront of every decision we make in our relations with the world. And that may sound weird to people, like, of course you always do. No, that hasn't always been the case. And I can go down the list. Why has he focused on mass migration? You talk about trade deals and the trade situation he's been involved in. People, all this reporting on it. It's very simple. The president views the last 40 years as an era of which American workers and American farmers have been ripped off. They've been ripped off, and what he's saying is we want to have trade with the world, but it has to be a trade in which American businesses and American workers and the products they make and what American farmers grow and produce has a fair shot to be sold around the world. On issue after issue, that's been the case. This is not our money. This is taxpayer money. When the president has said is we're going to do foreign aid, but we're going to do foreign aid for countries that are aligned with the United States and in a way that doesn't waste the taxpayers' money. Mr. President, I think you deserve tremendous credit for the transformational aspect of our foreign policy. For the first time in probably 4 decades, the American foreign policy is driven.
That's great. Well, thank you all very much. It's terrific. I hope it wasn't too long, but it was very concise.
So yeah, I don't think President Trump was falling asleep in the meeting, but honestly, I'm not even that worried about it because I've done it. Anyways, in the first video, they're saying that President Trump He's talking about tax refunds next year. It'll be the biggest ever. He mentions giving dividends to people, which I think is the $2,000 checks he'd referenced before. He also says that he believes in the near future we won't have income tax anymore because of the tariffs, which is pretty exciting. We'll see if it happens or not, but, you know, it's sort of like some good news, good things to hope for. And then in the second video there, if I would stop scrolling around, Blue Team claiming that President Trump has fallen asleep during the cabinet meeting. I don't think he was sleeping. It seemed like he was in an awkward position to be sleeping. I think he was reading papers on the table, or I saw Tory Wayne was saying maybe he was just closing his eyes because he's tired, which it could be. But like I said, meetings are boring as shit, and I'm falling asleep in meetings, so I'm not personally holding it against President Trump. Next up, rescue group to help Americans in Venezuela amid rising threats. They're called the Gray Bull Rescue. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump. Tory Wayne cat naps. Yeah, like I said, I'm really not that worried about it. Like, meetings are boring. They're boring. You listen to Rubio or whatever his name is. Yeah. And then President Trump hears all this shit beforehand. You know what I mean? Like, they plan and orchestrate all this stuff before they come out in the public. So everything we hear is like the second time President Trump has heard it. So he's, you know, he's just there. He's just present. Tory Wayne, compared to Biden, yeah, he's light years better in office. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Matt Rogers, most of them are not even showing a video. They're showing a screenshot so his eyes are closed. Yeah. Well, and that's what I think it is. It's all manipulated nonsense. You know, like the drug boats are actually fishing boats. It's a bunch of that going on. Ghostly, so they're claiming that Trump sleeps seconds at a time. I guess he's a badass. He's out there doing it like that. Kev Seamus, he's listening. I admit Rubio is boring to listen to, but even so, yeah. 10 Man, I watched it and he wasn't sleeping. Yeah, I think Blue Team's just causing a fuss. Remember before we had the election, we voted for Trump again. They were saying he was wobbly and bobbly and he smells bad. And they were putting that all over the news. That was before they were calling him a Nazi, calling him Hitler and shit. He was wobbly and bobbly and smells bad. And I'm like, oh, okay. Plastic Sleepy Joe was insane. The man was dying. I know, right in front of us. It's crazy because they say he's got cancer and all this. Last time they showed him, he had his presidential jacket on, but it had bare spots from where his presidential symbols would be. And a lot of people were pointing out that that's kind of weird because there's lots of presidents who still have like the presidential symbol and stuff like that on their jackets. And maybe it's because it's like stitched in. Biden's was like Velcro or whatever. He's walking around with a blank jacket and big Velcro patches that are just naked. And it's like, oh man, they just parade that guy around for no reason. President is 79. I'd be falling asleep too. I'm saying. What's up, lack of creativity? Happy freedom to you. Picking on him for potentially dipper ducking is wild, especially when the last POTUS was like 4 years long weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, I know. Old man Walter never knew what was going on, and they never talked about it. We did. We did every day. Plus, crack, nah, it's not like Sleepy Joe. Nope. They're trying to make it a comparison. It's not. That's why when they talk about President Trump's mental capacity and stuff, I'm like, where the fuck were y'all at the last 4 years? Like, they said it after President Trump came in, but during the whole Biden administration, they were like, nah, he's sharp as a tack. No, he's sharp as a marble. Jack Rubio would put anyone to sleep. I think you're right. I'm 33. I get tired of shit during the day. I can only imagine how it feels. Yeah, exactly. And who knows when President Trump wakes up in the day? He might be waking up at ass crack at dawn. It might be 4 a.m. or something. He's getting out of bed. You never know. Plus, quick, I heard 2K. That would be sweet. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I need the money right now more than ever. I love when he says trillions. Mm-hmm. Jack, the Biden crime spree spent most of the stolen years asleep on a beach, smelling like dookie. That's right. You are absolutely right. Tucson, he's sleepy. Then he needs to push the Diet Coke button. Yeah, exactly. Recharge his batteries. Sherry, yay, no tax. I'm ready for it. Me too. Me too. For shenanigans, rules for thee and not for me. I mean, I don't know, sleeping is be alright. Ain't nothing wrong with sleeping a little bit. It's sleeping a lot of bit that we had problems with. That's what the problem with old man Walter. What's up, Jesus? Happy freedom to you. Obama pissed Biden off. I think it was, well, it might have been the other way around, but either way, they're both a piece of work. What's up, AK? Happy freedom to you. Biden was purposely trying to appear to be poor and fragile, sharing airplane trips and riding the tram. Yep. Yeah, old man Walter. I don't miss him. Not at all. He goes, I pooped my pants. My butt's been wiped. Just based on presentation alone, you can't even compare Joe look compared to how Trump's looking. Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, rescue group to help Americans leave Venezuela amid rising threats. They're saying there's 30,000 Americans in Venezuela. Why would anyone want to go to Venezuela? That place does not sound that great. 30,000 Americans over there? I don't know. What are they doing over there? Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
And as the president waging war now in Venezuela, high-risk rescue mission is getting ready to step up. The group Gray Bull Rescue estimates there are as many as 30,000 U.S. citizens in Venezuela. The group is now gearing up for Operation Latin Shield to help people evacuate who may be trapped if this standoff escalates to direct strikes. Joining us now, Brian Stern. He's the chairman and founder of Gray Bull Rescue, and his team is prepping for one of its most dangerous missions yet. Brian, good morning. Thank you very much for taking the time with us. So to start, would you mind walking us through what this operation actually looks like? What is the plan as of this morning?
Yeah, so this is what Gray Bull Rescue does. We've completed 800 missions, my team and I, in about 4 years, in just over 4 years. So we've worked Ukraine, Israel, Gaza, Russia, Sudan, Haiti, Afghanistan, all over the place. This is every one of them are different. Every war and conflict are different, and this one won't. This one is the same. We're setting conditions for ground operations, air operations, and maritime operations to get Americans that may be trapped in Venezuela out of the country. I do think people are going to be scared more than anything. I don't think that the United States Air Force is going to be indiscriminately bombing Americans and all that stuff. I think that the strikes will be pretty precise. But I also think that it's scary, and the airspace is going to close. It's technically open right now. That will change. Things get nasty on the ground. The Sabine, the Venezuelan intelligence service, is top shelf. They're going to be pretty brutal. I think that there's a real kidnap hostage threat to Americans in Venezuela. I think that's actually a bigger threat and a bigger need than large scale evacuations.
So what are the types of calls that prompt you to organize these operations? What are you hearing from Americans on the ground now? How urgent are some of these situations?
Yeah, at the moment, people are more nervous than anything else. Everyone wants to wait and see, and we see this every time. We always urge people to leave. We even see this with hurricanes. People don't leave when the evacuation zones when they should leave the evacuation zones, and then they get stuck. So my advice to Americans is get out while you can, but right now it's very hard to get out. The calls that we're getting are very much, if it starts and if it gets bad, will you come and get us? That kind of thing at the moment.
Are you coordinating at all with the government? And also, what is your plan if some of these strikes do in fact happen to ensure your teams are safe all at the same time?
Our plan, from our safety perspective, we're a rescue team. So my team and I, we kind of run towards the fire, not away. So the danger and the risk to us is always there, I should say. We minimize that and mitigate that to the extent possible. But the reality is we've been bombed and taken artillery and drones, and we've been chased by helicopters and missiles, and we took 32 hypersonic missiles in Israel one day before lunch. So it's part of what we do. As far as coordinating with the government, I don't want to really get into that, but what I'll say is because of who we are and what we do, we enjoy a very, very, very good relationship with multiple agencies and departments within the government. Most of my crew were all very old military guys, so we know we're friends with a lot of people. We know who to talk to. We've been doing this all over the world. Yeah, and we've been doing this for a very long time all over the world. So within the State Department, within the DoD, within the intelligence community, within other branches, we Homeland Security, CBP, and the rest, we know who to talk to, and they know who we are, and all those good things. So we deconflict.
That is comforting to hear, and I certainly wish you and your team safety and success as we look ahead here. It is a confusing time as we await these details and action from the U.S. side. Brian Stern, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for watching.
Okay. He reminds me of Jen Balsecki. He was killing it with the U's. Anyways, 30,000 U.S. citizens in Venezuela for some reason. Gray Bull Rescue's planning on help them evacuate before we tear into Venezuela. And next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by 10 Man. It's titled Busted on the Jumbotron. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about Gray Bull Rescue. That guy was killing me with the O's. Kev Seamus. They like being in Venezuela because commies? I mean, I don't know. I don't know why anybody would want to go to Venezuela. Maybe it's nice. I don't know. All I know is we blow their boats up. That's all I know about Venezuela. This is not a place I would go. Ghostly, it's like Americans in Gaza. What the fuck are you even doing there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why anybody would want to go to those countries. Like, how do you live here? And they go, nah, let's go over there where there's no treated water, there's no running bathrooms and shit like that. You know, just shit in a hole and just, I don't know, just weird. It's dirt floors and it's like, I don't know. I see all that shit and I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I wash my hands like 1,000 times a day because I can't stand having sticky hands. You look at these places, I'm like, you will just be sticky. And like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know if I got the tism or what, but I couldn't do that. Tori Wainwright going backwards. Yeah. Things are too nice here. Ship me off to a third world country. I don't know. That doesn't sound like fun to me. I guess to each their own. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. Done dropping the bacon in the chat. Very nice. Kev Seamus, I have a really hard time feeling sorry for anyone still in Venezuela from the U.S. I mean, they've had time. When what did we just send over there? We just sent a big ass ship over there, an airline carrier or something. So I don't know what it is, a warship. That was their sign to start figuring out how to get home. Like, now the airspace is closed and everything, so good luck. I mean, these guys are going to help them evacuate, but what does that even look like? Because they're not our military. These guys are like free agents, right? I don't want to say ex-military, but they're not active right now, right? That's their formal shit. And so now they're doing side quests here. And so what kind of resources do they actually have? I wouldn't think it'd be as good as having our actual military show up and be like, yeah, get on the big boat. Like, you know what I mean? Plastic Quack, they could loop those boat. Why am I reading backwards? They could play those boats on loop all day and I'd still watch. Yeah. Well, and the one they just did has got a lot of details in it. Ja, are we officially at war with Venezuela? I don't think it's official because I think in order for it to be official, there has to be a declaration from Congress. And Congress is being weird about all of this. They're like, they're not even drug boats. All we found was cocaine after we blew the boats up. And they're trying to say that because they're not fighting fentanyl. They're just finding cocaine. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But as far as I know, they're not. There's been no declaration of war. But if we enter their country, I think it doesn't fucking matter. That's going to be an act of war, and we're about to. The last update we covered with Venezuela, they were saying we're getting ready to do land attacks. Actually, the last one we covered yesterday, it might have been, President Trump told Maduro to leave Venezuela or else. Something like that. So, I mean, we're on the brink of war with those people, but it's weird how people don't really seem to care about that. Let's Quack, you know you're effed when the stadium's full of people yell, "Let's go, Brandon." Yeah, absolutely. Remember when he fell off the bike? I'll never forget that. That might be the only time we get to watch somebody who's considered a president falling off of a bicycle. What's up, Grinches, bro? Happy freedom? No, hell no. My booger sugar. Mm-hmm. It's sad. That's why Congress is all mad right now. It's the withdrawals. Totally care. Living in a third world country? Ew. Mm-hmm. What's up, Post Malone? Happy freedom. What's up, Jacob? Happy freedom to you. Meta Trumpers did some big things this week. Child trust funds, reversing the absurd cafe regulations Biden added. Big deal for auto manufacturers. Yep. You're right. Tory Wayne. No, it's not Tory Wayne. Sherry. This guy has an exciting life. Must be an adrenaline junkie. It sounds like it. He's talking about missiles and all that. But that's the thing. The military makes you a war machine. And then you're supposed to come here and just hang out with everybody else. That's why a lot of people who, leave the military, I can't speak for these people. I've never ran like that. But how could you feel fulfilled in life after doing that? Like, maybe if you've had enough, right? There's been some people I've heard talk and they're like, I'm glad I'm not getting shot at anymore. So it's probably a relief to come here and be home with all of us. But these guys who love it, they love being in the action and stuff. What are you going to do here? What could you do here that's going to make you feel the same way, right? Like, you were made to be in war. There's nothing here that's going to... Well, you going to play football? That's probably the closest you get. Try and get into the NFL, and you might feel like you're at war the whole time you're in the game. I don't know, until you break another player's arm or neck or something. I don't know. It'd make it entertaining. I might watch football. They start doing that. I don't know. I feel bad for those people, though. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. Miss saying, so did CIA use energy weapons on all the Democrat and Rhino Republicans' brains? I mean, it looks like it. They're all fried like Maui or whatever. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom to you. AK, Congress just wants to see what our military is looking at when deciding to drone strike the boats. Yeah. Well, and they're all bent out of shape. We didn't cover it today because we covered it yesterday, but they're all bent out of shape about the double strike on the boat. And they're like, oh, well, you were going to kill those guys. What do you think's been happening? Like, when we blow these boats up, what do you think is happening? And that's what I didn't understand about that. Oh, you hit them a second time to make sure the survivors were dead. They were going to die anyway. That was the whole point. The whole point was that they were going to die. And they're trying to fix this at the White House. They're like, no, it's not a war crime. We just completed the mission. And they're trying to be like soft and delicate about it because apparently the public can't handle it. And you got Blue News claiming it's a war crime, which if it was a war crime, people would be held accountable to some degree, especially with it being the Trump administration. The Democrats would be like, okay, let's get 2 rogue judges over here stat. Matt Rogers, and they're probably evacuating super rich people, not regular people. Yeah, that definitely could be. Tory Wayne, like, Coke is okay, the fentanyl we hate. Yeah, that's what Congress is saying. Tory Wayne, if you don't kill them, they'll find another way to get drugs into the U.S. It's like ants. It's just like having ants. You just don't want those problems. What is going on here? We got something going on here? Waffle Meat rated the stream. Holy, getting some payback in. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me go ahead and grab your link. We're going to drop it in the chat here. Waffle Me, you're a badass. Thank you so much for raiding us. Welcome, raiders. Let me see. Go follow the Waffle Meat. There you go. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat as soon as I get a second. Bam, there you go. Go follow Waffle Meat. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate you. Welcome, raiders. Go ahead and hit that like button on your way in. We're reading through the chat right now, but next up we got our midlife break. It was provided by 10 Man. It's titled Busted on the Jumbotron. But like I said, we're reading through. We'll get into our funny video next. Matt Rogers, actual football, let them get violent and use roids again. I'd watch. Yeah. Well, that's like hockey. When I was younger and hockey would just be on the TV, you know, just click the knob. You guys remember. Click, 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 all that shit. You used to be able to watch them fight. And from what I understand, unless they brought it back, you can't see that stuff. They always cut to commercials. You know, they're getting ready to do the thing, and then they're like, brought to you by Reese's Pieces. And it's like, oh, man, I want to see this guy get knocked the hell out. But I guess in Canada, they, like, zoom in. They don't go to an ad. They zoom in. You can, like, watch the blood form on their flesh. I don't know. I wish we had access to that. Waffle Meat, and I'm giving away a deluxe copy of Arc Raiders. Stop by sometime for the deets. Thank you, Waffle Meat. Yeah, when we rated you yesterday, we put it on the screen, and that way everybody got the whole deal there. It's good stuff. And everybody's playing Arc Raiders right now. I'm a little bit too poor to have it, but it's a good deal, Waffle Meat. Waffle Meat. Now, what do you want for breakfast? I mean, I would take anything. All of breakfast is good. What's up, Kraft? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Clint? Happy freedom to you. Waffle Meat. I know, I got to go do the thing. Soda, join the giveaway. I have some important stuff I've been dealing with, but I should have some free time tomorrow, so I am going to join. Meta, what does Children Biden drone mean? It was RSBN ticker. Can't figure out what it meant. Probably. What? No, it's not what I'm thinking. I'm trying to. I got to think about it for a little bit. I got to think for a second about it. Nugging Futz, you're hearing an echo? What kind of echo? I shouldn't be echoing. I can't even think of how I would make that happen. AK, it's almost midnight. Getting ready to cook some eggs. Heck yeah. I like mine a little more well done. Rod, American Gladiators with the ship. Oh, it was the ship? That's what it's called? I've never heard of that before. I was unaware. Shenanigans. Everyone knows the government is the only ones allowed to bring drugs in. Yep. It's been that way for a long time. They probably brought the fentanyl in because they're blowing these boats up and they're not finding the fentanyl. Matt Rogers got to go see hockey live and they still fight. Yeah, I bet it's badass to see it live. All right, hooligans. Moving forward here, like I said, we got our midlife break. Today was provided by 10 Man and it's titled Busted on the Jumbotron. Well, hold on a second. They didn't waste any time. All right. Like I said, our midlife break provided by 10 Man. Busted on the Jumbotron.
Right. Yeah. Got. Come on now. Let me get a bump. Yeah, go ahead and get right. Yeah. Got.
Straight from Venezuela. All right, getting back in the news. Next up, we got never before seen photos and video of Epstein's Island. Is just been released, I guess. But before we get into that, I need to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in the Christmas unboxing, you're welcome to send me and Klaus something to the P.O. Box, or you can send something using the wish list. If you do send something to the P.O. Box, please let me know by messaging me or sending me an email. If you send something through the wish list, it will just come to me automatically, and you don't have to worry about it. The Christmas unboxing will happen on Christmas Day. I'm going to drop the links for the P.O. Box address as well as the wish list if you guys would like to participate in the Christmas unboxing. I've already been sent 2 somethings from somebody, But anything I receive between now and Christmas Day, we're going to hold on to it for the annual Christmas unboxing. We do it every year. It's a lot of fun. Gives us something to do on Christmas. And I got some plans. I don't want to spoil them. I almost did the other day. Either way, there's the links if you'd like to participate in the Christmas unboxing. Like I said, next up, we got some Epstein Island footage. What's interesting, and this is NBC, is they kind of mention somewhere in the middle of the video that the Democrats had redacted some of these images, some of the imagery here. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Tonight, newly revealed video and photos providing an inside look at the infamous Epstein Island, the estate and the Virgin Islands where sex offender Jeffrey Epstein allegedly took many of his victims. The images do not show any people, but do provide a detailed view of some of the rooms inside. One furnished with a dentist chair and the walls adorned with masks. Another shows a library. Power, music, and deception can be seen written on a blackboard, but other words have been blacked out. The photos and video released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, who also redacted parts of the images, also show bathrooms, bedrooms, and a pool area. Steve Scully worked there and spoke to NBC News in 2019, but said he had no idea if underage girls were on the island.
I have no way of knowing that, truly, but they appeared to be young to me.
The new image is part of a slow trickle of information related to the late financier.
These are just disturbing images, never seen before images of what Jeffrey's Island and the estate actually look like.
The Oversight Committee says it has received bank records related to Epstein and expect to release that information soon. But Congress is still waiting for the Department of Justice to release its investigative files after Congress overwhelmingly passed a bill despite pushback from the White House to force their release. The president ultimately signed the bill into law.
All right, Ryan Nobles joins us now live in studio. Ryan, Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, is also making a push to get out of prison.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. Lawyers for Epstein's partner, Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence, filed a letter notifying the court that she plans to file a petition seeking her release. Tom.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
All right. Now, I like how they added that little bit at the end there. They're like, yeah, she's trying to get out. She's been trying to get out all year. Either way, they're saying that this was a digital tour of Epstein Island. Dems redacted some of the imagery. Worker claims that they had no idea there was minors on the island. They also mentioned bank records are about to be released pretty soon. And then at the end, they mentioned that Maxwell's trying to file a petition in order to get out early. Next up, Bovino says Border Patrol agents will stay in New Orleans until the mission is accomplished. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Epstein's Island. I like how I went from Epstein Island to Epstein's Island. Ghostly, I almost think Trump opposed it just to get it to pass. He didn't have to sign it. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. Like Zero was saying that too, that she thinks that the way he was acting was to get the Democrats to be for the Epstein stuff getting released. And that way he could just turn around at the last second and go, yeah, we should release it, and then just sign off on it. It seems kind of weird how long it's taking for the information to come out, though. Like when President Trump signed for, like, who is it, RFK or whatever, the assassination stuff, it was like next day or some shit. It was like, bam, here's a ton of records and stuff. They signed for this Epstein stuff, and it's like, well, here's a little bit, and here's a little bit more. And I don't know, it seems like it's kind of slow rolling here. Oh, Matt Rogers, that's hilarious. I didn't realize it was doing that with my address, but it's good to know. What's up, Mary Todd? What's up, Trickster? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Done. I bet the guy knew nothing about the tunnels that were filled with cement either. Yeah. He's like, nah, they look kind of young. I mean, yeah. I bet they did. No, I haven't seen the whole video of Luke, is it Radowski? I know what you're talking about, though. I can't remember how he got there. He I don't remember what it was. I can't remember how he got to the island, but he like broke into the islands, or he was trespassing. And a lot of people were passing that video around, but I never had the time to sit there and watch it because I think it's like a 20-minute video or something like that. Magic Moon fentanyl's coming from Canada. Yeah, I totally believe that. Post Malone, what about the underground they filled with concrete? Yeah, they don't want to talk about that. Meta had to do with Mark Kelly going after Pete Hegseth smoking the boats, but Kelly didn't care about the children Biden droned. Maybe typo, I don't know. I can't remember the whole droning thing. I remember it being a deal, but I can't remember at this point. Jacob, I don't know. That's it depends. As long as they're not here legally, that's where I draw the line. If they're here illegally, kick them out. Tucson, Epstein's mansion has a dental office. Is it a dental office or is it something else? Because it looks like a dental office, but then you see those weird masks on the wall. And they try to pretend in that video like it's decor. But what if it's not? What if it's the same way you hang screwdrivers in your garage? What if people go in there and strap somebody to a chair and then they all put masks on and do weird fucking things to the person strapped in the chair? That was the first thing I thought of when I saw that shit. And they're like, no, they just like whitening your teeth while you're here. And like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, Mirta, I know it's a late live today. I'm going to do better tomorrow. I had a very busy day today. Shenanigans, only like 10% of fentanyl comes through Canada, 90% from Mexico, technically China, then cooked up in Mexico. Yeah, but President Trump put pressure on China, and now China's not sending the precursors anymore. And I think that's just slowing stuff down, but I don't know. I don't really know. Tory Wayne, damn, that got dark quick. I mean, I didn't mean for it to be that way. Like, my brain just, that's what I thought. You know, you ever seen like Hostel or any of those weird fucking movies? That was the first thing I thought of. Everything about the Epstein stuff weirds me out. Anything about the elites at all weird me out. These people eat babies and stuff. Either way, getting into this next video, like I said, Bovino says that Border Patrol agents will stay in New Orleans until the mission is accomplished. Come on, load up. Now, they love pointing cameras at Bovino, especially because they've been calling him a liar and stuff lately because of the stuff that happened in Chicago. Chicago. Either way. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
To Louisiana now, where the streets of New Orleans brace for a surge in Border Patrol agents. An immigration enforcement crackdown begins today with plans to send roughly 200 federal agents to New Orleans. Leading the operation, Greg Bovino, the same man behind federal crackdowns in Chicago, Los Angeles, and Charlotte, North Carolina. CBS News reporter Katie Weiss joining us live from New Orleans now. And Katie, you actually talked to Greg Bovino. What did he say?
Well, good evening, Juliet. Yes, I just so happened to see him walking down the popular Canal Street in the major tourist area of the French Quarter of New Orleans. And so I immediately just got out my phone and started talking with him to ask him about the progress of his operation. Take a listen.
How many people did you detain today?
Still counting. A lot and still counting.
How long do you plan to be here?
That is a fantastic question till the mission's accomplished.
What is the ultimate mission?
Title 8 immigration enforcement.
What brought you to the Big Easy?
All cities are on target, and this is just another one of those.
How many other agents do you have out here with you?
We've got several hundred agents spread across the New Orleans area, so not just us, so we've got a lot.
And he also told our photographer that he is here with his crew to keep everyone safe. Juliet?
Wow, a great interview. Way to catch him while he was on the go there, and he answered your questions. How is the community reacting to the federal presence in New Orleans?
Sure. Well, major politicians, including the Louisiana governor, are very glad to see him here. However, many local community members are scared and frustrated by their presence. In fact, some people have been recording Bovino's operations earlier today, recording how some of his crew was even up on a roof trying to detain some people while they were on construction jobs. And I even spoke with an attorney from the local Tulane Law School clinic, immigration law clinic, and she said that she's been flooded with calls from their clients asking for advice on how to handle situations if they are to come in contact with federal agents. Take a listen to what she had to say.
People are just really scared, regardless of what their immigration status is. They're worried about being stopped by officials. They're worried about people being arrested. So, I've gotten calls from teachers who are worried because their students don't want to show up to school.
And another immigration attorney here in town also tells us that some of his clients were arrested and detained when they went in for just a regular check-in, and also that several other clients, new clients, have been reaching out to his office over the last few days, booking up his whole schedule with new client intakes, people just trying to be proactive and get ahead of this if in case they are to come in contact with these agents. Juliet?
Good information, Katie Weiss. Katie, thank you.
All right, talking about Bovino there, out there cleaning up New Orleans. Thank you so much, Mary Todd, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Mary Todd. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate you. All right, so like I said, they're out there cleaning up New Orleans, but they make the whole thing about Bovino because, they're trying to make him the bad guy and stuff. They keep saying he's a liar and stuff, and then the court was doing something weird to him in Chicago. They were making him show up every day at like 5 or 6 in the afternoon or something like that, and it was like every single day to report on how things were going. They claimed that he was using riot tactics after being told not to. They also got him on camera throwing a CS can like clear as day, and he wasn't supposed to. So yeah, they were demonizing him and stuff. But either way, Border Patrol is in New Orleans. They're saying 200 agents are in New Orleans right now. Bovino saying that they will be there until the mission is complete. Bovino also saying that they have detained a lot of illegals at this point. The liberal professor there is saying that people are scared and that they're worried about being arrested and students aren't going to school. But of course, only illegals have anything to worry about. But, Blue Team News, they're so good that they've convinced Americans that they're illegal somehow. It's fucking stupid. Either way, next up, Texas A&M student found dead. Mother demands answers. It's a very weird story. You get like halfway through it before you even figure out how she died, but it does sound very suspicious. The police are saying that this is not being investigated as a homicide. They say it over and over again throughout the video. But people are not convinced that this person deleted themselves, and it sounds very weird. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Big Balls Bovino. Ghostly chicks that squint their eyes when they talk are the worst. My dad always told me the thinner their eyebrows, the crazier they are. And it's like now they don't even thin their eyebrows. They just completely shave them off and draw them on. I don't trust that. I just don't trust that. Kevin Shaman, stupid people suck. I mean, you're not saying it loud enough. They do. They do suck. Matt Rogers is trying to paint him as a big villain. They are. Tori Wayne. Let's see. You mean illegals are scared that they're there because legals have nothing to worry about? Yeah, absolutely. Matt Rogers, maybe he just happens to be a good leader. Ever think of that? Nah, Blue Team, they can't say anything supportive of anything good. Tori Wayne, ladies like that be scary crazy. Yeah. Yep. What's up, Bones? Happy freedom to you. Jack, send them all home. That's right. Oh, I appreciate you, Mary Todd. Thank you so much. Cringes, bro. Angry bird eyebrows. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Too old to care. Boo-hoo. Go home. That's right. Why would you want to be somewhere where you're not wanted? I've never liked that feeling. At all. Never, ever have I ever liked that feeling. So I don't know why somebody would go all the way here, bring all the way here. Them, their family, whoever it is, the compadres, just to be not wanted here. And I mean, maybe if you're in Chicago, maybe you don't feel that because that was one of the bigger sanctuary cities in the beginning. But you got people on the news constantly talking about how they don't want you here. I wouldn't want to be here. I wouldn't want that feeling looming over me. Here I am where I'm not wanted. Nah, that's not me. But I guess I'm just not that entitled, you know? Tucson, permanent marker eyebrows. Yeah. Sure, I feel bad for those who have been here for years living right, but the invaders need to go home. I don't know. I feel like the people who are here living right, they should have been getting legal status. And I know it's not easy. I tried dating this girl from outside of the country, and she was trying to get status here and all this stuff. And they were saying it was going to take a year, and it was going to take $1,000 or some shit, and there was going to be 6 months of FBI interviews and all this stuff. And that was from Canada. You know, and that's North America. That's northern USA for us, basically. They live a lot like we do. So I couldn't imagine coming from a third world country and trying to live here. It's probably a lot more difficult to get legal status. So I'm not trying to pretend like it's easy. But I feel like if you ain't even trying to get legal status and you've been here 15 years, that's too bad. You know, that's too bad. You had 15 years to try and do the right thing. Now, if you get deported and you were trying to get legal status and you get deported before that, I feel for those people because they were trying to do the right thing, and shit takes time. You get caught in Trump's, mass deportation web, then, that's what's going to happen. But that's unfortunate. But for those who have been here however long and they never even attempted to get legal status, I don't feel bad for those people. I just don't. I just feel like they had time. And they would do the same thing to me. That's the other thing that makes me not feel bad. If it was me and I came and invaded somebody else's country and they still would have given me legal status if I would have tried, and then I just spent 15 years not trying, and they get me, nobody's going to feel bad for me. They're going to be like, send that fucker home. You know what I mean? And in any other country, they just smoke you. They wouldn't even send your ass home. They'd send your ass to the ground. Like, that's how it would go. So, I don't know. I don't want anything bad to happen to those that have not done anything bad to us, but I do want them to fucking go home because they don't belong here. Christine, if you're here legally, they should not be scared, but then many are here illegally. Yeah, absolutely. Christine creeps me out too. Yeah, that weird stuff like Epstein Island and the Bohemian Grove and all that stuff, it's very weird. Very weird people. What's up, Papillions? Happy freedom to you. Workers are full of shit. Talking about the worker on Epstein Island. Yeah, I don't know how you could be there while people are doing those bad things and be like, nah, I didn't know they were minors. It sounds like he was benefiting from the minors. That's what it sounds like to me. What the fuck is this, Captain Seamus? I see this shit. No, I am not having a conversation. You know, I'm just saying. Good Lord. Oh my God, I didn't know hold on, we got to see the whole thing. Scary shit right here. Perfect. Oh my God. Batshit crazy. Full on crazy sauce right there. Matt Rogers, I did citizen paperwork for Master Sergeant when I was in the Marines. Dude waited until right before his retirement to do it. Jesus loves us. That's how people do it, I guess. Mary Todd, by the way, why didn't AutoPen approve masses? What do you mean? The illegals and stuff? I think they were trying to do that. They haven't talked about it in a long time, but they were trying to talk about a path to citizenship, like a speed path, like signing like if you're in the country right now, we're gonna sign this paper, you're gonna be legal. The Dems were trying to do that like right before Trump got into office, and then now you don't hear anything about it. Kind of like them calling him Hitler. You don't really hear anything about that anymore. They act like that never happened. All right, hooligans, we're gonna move forward. Like I was saying, Texas A&M student found dead. Mother demands answers. It is a very weird story. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, about this horror podcast called EATI, which stands for Experimental Alien Technology Institution. This is a found footage audio drama, and each episode is a standalone tape from a secret organization's case files. What you're hearing is a first-person recording of a mystery that defies both logic and reality itself. It's built for headphone listening to deliver a truly immersive handheld camera experience, so if you love cosmic horror, the terrifying ambiguity of H.P. Lovecraft, and the sheer raw terror of the found footage genre, then EATI is your next obsession. You can listen right now on Spotify, iTunes, Rumble, Buzzsprout, and all major platforms. So let me grab this link really quick and drop it in the chats here. Tori Wayne, mom went to A&M. I'm trying to think. What's up, Highway? Happy Freedom. I will check in just a second. What's up, Lisa? Happy Freedom to you. Tori Wayne, you're so in Texas? I want to go to Texas. A lot of people say back and forth about Texas, but Texas seems pretty cool. I'd like to go visit sometime. Either way, there's a link. Go check out EATI. The brand new season just came out, and it's badass. So definitely go check it out. Tori Wayne, mom went to A&M. We are Longhorn lovers in the family, though. They are the best. I see. All right. Like I said, getting into this is a sort of weird story here. Scrolling. Where are we at? I messed everything up. Here we are. Getting this pulled up. Now, the first half of the story, they keep talking about how suspicious it is, but at the same time, they're like, no, it's not being investigated like a homicide. And you're like, okay, so what's so suspicious? And then halfway through, they tell you how she died. And then things start coming into focus here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Now we want to take you to a story out of Austin. This is a live look over the city tonight. A Texas A&M sophomore, this is coming out of Austin, Texas. 19-year-old Texas A&M student Brianna Aguilera was found dead early Saturday morning. She was in town for the Texas versus Texas A&M football game. Austin police say it's not being investigated as a homicide. Fox 7's Katie Pratt spoke with people who live in the apartment complex in downtown Austin where she was found and this all happened. So Katie, you're joining us now live in Austin. What can you tell us about this investigation and why are they not investigating as a homicide?
Hey, Shauna. Yeah, she was a sophomore in college at Texas A&M studying political science in hopes of pursuing a law degree. Her mother says things just don't add up. Here's what we learned from neighbors we spoke with today. A Texas A&M student is found dead on a sidewalk in downtown Austin. The police are saying there's no suspicious circumstances surrounding the 19-year-old's death, leaving everyone with more questions than answers.
We were just like, okay, so what happened?
The Austin Police Department received reports about an unresponsive person outside of the 21 Rio apartments in the West Campus neighborhood on Saturday morning. Officers arrived to find the body of Brianna Aguilera.
We was actually trying to get into the apartment and the whole street was blocked off.
UT student Dana Rodriguez says Aguilera was staying in a unit across the hall from her on the 17th floor. So were you thinking oh, this is just normal party stuff? Do you hear stuff like that a lot here?
I do, but this was kind of different.
Rodriguez tells us she heard arguing coming from the apartment, which lines up with what Aguilera's mom reportedly found on her daughter's phone. Text messages showing that the teen was fighting with one of the girls she was staying with that weekend.
I heard a lot of running, and then we started hearing screaming and stuff. My parents said that it sounded like, something really bad happened, and that's why we were a little suspicious.
APD states that Aguilera's death is not being investigated as a homicide, but Aguilera's mom says she was afraid of heights and wouldn't jump 17 stories. We asked the people who live there if they think it's possible she fell.
I don't think so, because it's pretty protected, they got the rail covering and everything.
You need a chair or something to kind of leverage yourself. It's here to me, it could have been here for her, so that's why I'm it's just really confusing to me.
No matter how many times investigators say there's no suspected foul play, Aguilera's mother believes something happened to her daughter, and she wants answers.
my condolences to the family. You know, that's something rough that no parent should really have to go through.
The investigation is ongoing, and we are waiting for results from the Travis County Medical Examiner's Office, which they tell me we likely won't get until next year. I'm reporting live in downtown Austin. Katie Pratt, Sean, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much for that update, Katie. And we also have this we want to bring you from Austin Police. They say the case involving the death of Brianna Aguilera remains open, active, and under thorough investigation. Multiple detectives continue to interview witnesses, gather evidence, and work carefully through the details of this incident. At this stage in the investigation, the facts obtained do not indicate that this is a homicide. This case continues to be treated strictly as a death investigation. There is no evidence to suggest or support any suspicious or criminal circumstances surrounding Miss Aguilera's passing. The cause of death will be determined by the Travis County Medical Examiner's Office. They continue saying every loss in our community is taken seriously and every life is deserving of care, dignity, and a complete investigative process. Austin Police extends our heartfelt condolences to Brianna Aguilera's family, friends, and all who are grieving her loss. We recognize the deep pain that accompanies the unexpected passing of a loved one, and our thoughts remain with those who navigate this difficult time. Our detectives remain committed to investigating the full details. Now, as Katie just mentioned, Brianna's mother has been outspoken, believing that this was not accidental. Her mother posted on Facebook, again saying her daughter's death was not an accident. She suspects foul play, but again, Austin Police is saying the circumstances surrounding this do not indicate a homicide. Still, it's not being investigated as a homicide. We will bring you any updates from this case as we get them.
Okay. So, like I said, very weird. It's a very weird story. They spend the whole first half of the video being like, yeah, everybody thinks it's weird, but it ain't weird. It's not being investigated as a homicide, you know. By the way, she jumped from the 17th floor, but she wasn't suicidal. And it's like, oh man, she should got a SWAC tattoo like McAfee. Either way, they're saying a 19-year-old student was found dead on the sidewalk. She was a sophomore in college at Texas A&M pursuing a law degree. They say that she was heard arguing with another girl that she was staying with. They say that she fell from the balcony on the 17th floor. Some think that she did not jump, but the police are saying that they are not investigating this as a homicide. It sounds like she got pushed. And the way that they describe the whole being pushed thing sounds weird to me too. They're like, well, it's got a gate and it's like this high. How could she be pushed? Very fucking easily. She didn't just tumble over the shit with it being that high, but if you're being pushed, I mean, all they gotta do is, you know, put you up over the... I don't know. The way they're talking about it like it's an impossibility. No, it's not. No, it's not. And then there's no cameras. There's no cameras anywhere. No cameras caught this happening. I don't know. Sounds really weird. What were they arguing about? Oh yeah, that's right. They're not looking into it. They're not investigating the other girl because they're not saying it's a homicide. Who's the other girl? Who's her dad? Who do they know? How much money do they make? You know, like that's what I want to know. Because it sounds very suspicious. There was an argument. There's running around. There's banging around. Person ends up dead. Nah, they did it to themselves. It sounds weird to me. It sounds like maybe dad's got bucks and he hit the police up and he was like, you can go ahead and figure out whatever you're going to figure out. But what you're going to figure out is my baby girl didn't do it. And they were like, yeah, okay. 100K in the bank account. You got it. I have no idea who you're talking about. This is not even a homicide. You know what I mean? It sounds weird to me. Either way, next up we got the last little bit of the news. It is Lefties Losing It. Today it's titled The View host Jump on the Treason Train, which is not shocking for The View. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this 19-year-old student being found dead on the sidewalk. Ghostly only in the news because she was hot. Kept saying she was totally pushed. Yeah, seems that way. Good Lord, Catch James, the gif here. Sorry, wait, and now they get away with it? Free to do it again to someone else one day. Yep, absolutely. May she rest in peace and the truth come to light. Absolutely. Matt Rogers, my money is on her being pushed. That's exactly how I feel. Tory Wayne, definitely sus. Yep. Mary Todd, call Texas Rangers or the FBI, Mom. Yeah, for real. Call somebody. I don't know who investigated it, but I highly doubt they're at the federal level, so they should probably, do something about that. Tolicare, sad loss. Law enforcement needs to do their damn job. You're right. Mary Todd is suspicious, you assholes. It is very suspicious. Tolicare, was she jabbed up? I mean, I don't know if it was going to save her from gravity. Oh, Highway, thank you so much for the Venmo. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Highway. I checked it during the video. I didn't forget. Thank you, Highway. You're a badass. Mary Todd, basically, they should have tried, document, prove it if they have been. Yeah. Well, what I don't understand is, like, they don't know that she killed herself. They just think she did. I probably shouldn't even worded it that way, considering we got soft platforms watching. But you go into an investigation, you're supposed to be unbiased. You're supposed to gather the facts and then make a determination. If these people are saying there's arguing and all this stuff and it led to her jumping, it sounds like they didn't really do their due diligence of investigating if they never interviewed the person she was arguing with. Like, Mom's the one that went through the text messages, not the police officers. So it just, I don't know, it sounds weird to me. Chris, bro, I watched a dude jump from the 3rd story balcony into a swimming pool in Austin, but that's different. Yeah, I'm glad he made it, Meta, you hear about the 11-year-old boy killed in a hit and run by an unauthorized male in the U.S.? Man has been deported 4 times under AB 54 in California. Keeps ICE from going after people who are guilty of federal crimes. That's crazy. I don't know. That's gonna create vigilante justice, in my opinion. Meta. You got censored by the AI bot. That wasn't me. That's Kick's bullshit. I can't even turn it off. Apparently you can't say delete yourself that way. Meta, afraid of heights. It's the last way you delete yourself. Yeah. Yeah. They always say that about glasses. I've seen that in so many TV shows. It might be fake. I don't know. But they say that if people throw themselves off of a high place to smoke themselves, if they wear glasses, they generally take them off before they do it because they don't want to be afraid. They want the suffering to be over. And so they'll take their glasses off before they go and learn to fly. Tucson, if there was no cameras, how did they know that she was even on the balcony? That's a good point. I mean, I don't know. They didn't give us those details. Lucky Futz, where was Hillary during the time? I was going to say that and I totally forgot. I was going to say, who was she sharing a room with? Was it Hillary? Because, she might have gave her the old razzle dazzle. Instead of Salty Ginger, happy freedom to you. Yeah, we're running a late one today, but tomorrow we're going to be live at a more reasonable time. I just had a lot I had to do today, and I got more I got to do tomorrow. But it shouldn't take nowhere near as much time as it did today. What's up, Donnie Walker? Happy freedom to you. Well, I appreciate you joining us. I really thought, I said this earlier, I really thought I was going to be sitting here by myself. I am surprised and thankful for all of you hooligans hanging out with me so late. We're not watching riots. That's usually when we're up late, covering riots and protests. But, it's a little coffee with hooligans in the middle of the night. Either way, we're going to pull up lefties losing it. And because everything's been offset by a couple days, there's no way you guys are going to guess the right color on this. What color is Rita wearing? What do you think? I'll give you guys a couple seconds here. Tory Wayne saying blue. Gotta wait for everybody to catch up. Lisa's saying purple. Kevin Shamus saying red. Nuggin Futz says orange. Dutton, I got the notification and sat back up. You're a badass, Dutton. Total Care, Rita is wearing aqua. Watchman saying green. Matt Rogers saying green. Done. I'll go with black. Her panties, that is. We'll see. You know, we got to know these things. Rita, take your pants off. Salty Ginger saying red. Christine saying blue. All right, hooligans. We're going to reveal it. I'm not going to say what the name of the color is because you guys decide for yourself. Here we are. Some were right, in my opinion. Others, not so much. But that's okay. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. Here's Sweden's worst export global warming doom goblin, Greta Thunberg, causing more trouble in Italy. She's already got herself banned from Venice for dyeing the main canal green to protest the weather. Now she's pivoted back to her side hustle, Palestine. Let's look at her dancing with UN tax strain Francesca Albanese. Don't know about you, but talk about genocide doesn't normally have me dancing in the streets.
Genocide in Palestine is still ongoing. I repeat, the genocide in Palestine is still ongoing.
What a pack of weirdos. Now, we already have the seditious six, the Democrats who told members of the military to disobey so-called illegal orders, though they couldn't name any. Now we can say that we have a seditious 10 because the View co-hosts have jumped on board the treason train. Here they are suggesting orders given to members of the military may be illegal, and they're calling on US servicemen and women to perhaps break the chain of command.
Okay, enough is enough. Well, I know this is why those Democratic vets put out that video last week that people said, why would they need to say what's already obvious, that, you know, military personnel, they don't need to, they can refuse to act on an illegal order. And people were like, yeah, but there's nothing like that. Well, this is a situation where there were clearly in the cameras 2 men on like parts of the explosion, and then they're killed. So the likelihood of this is, it's not a war. We're not at war with Venezuela, but it's murder. It's flat out murder. And anyone that acted on those orders could be held on war crimes. Am I?
Yeah. War crimes for killing narcotics traffickers, bringing drugs into America that will kill thousands? Really? Now, watch as Ana Navarro claims that the Trump administration isn't targeting these narco boats because of its war on deadly drugs. What's her theory?
Donald Trump is trying to convince Americans that this is about fighting drugs, and this is because Maduro released crazy people, opened up the jails and the insane asylums and sent people here. That second part is flat out lies. There is no evidence of that. On the drug aspect, very little of the drugs that go through Venezuela actually come to the United States.
Yeah, great analysis there, Anna. And for the last time, your opinions and weird fever dreams are not facts. Time to check in on trans activist Lily Tino defending his behaviour in a women's bathroom where he took photos of women in what should have been a private, female-only area.
Took those photos with a very clear goal in mind, which was to show a non-passing trans woman existing peacefully in a bathroom. How do you change people's minds? That's why I posted the pictures, right? Like, yes, I knew it was going to be shocking. Like, I knew. I wasn't just trying to make people mad. I was trying to expose them to something that over time I want to be normal. I don't want to have to walk into a bathroom and feel afraid.
He knew precisely what he was doing, and he got the attention he so desperately craves. Now, we know Christmas is fast approaching and the White House is looking glorious. This year, First Lady Melania Trump oversaw the Christmas decorations. See if you can detect the subtle difference between Melania and Jill Biden's work. First, let's have a gander at what Christmas or the holiday season was like at the White House under the Biden administration. Remember this? I think we've had enough of that weirdness. We've had our quota for weird today. Let's have a look at this year's White House Christmas decorations under the guidance of Melania Trump. Just a subtle difference, barely noticeable. Now it's time for a stroll down memory lane and watch here as Margaret Brennan from CBS claimed that Afghan asylum seekers were all properly vetted, even as JD Vance gives her examples and tries to explain to her why prioritising the safety of Americans should be the top priority. I have to say that interview made Margaret Brennan look pretty terrible at the time. After what happened in DC last week, it makes her look even worse.
You said, I don't think we should abandon anybody who's been properly vetted and helped us. Do you stand by that?
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted. In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted and then were literally planning terrorist attacks on our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals have been properly vetted.
But there are 30,000 people in the pipeline, Afghan refugees.
But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people. And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugee programs, we absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country.
These people are vetted.
Good.
These people are vetted.
Just like the guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted, and many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly he wasn't. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted, and because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country.
The inept governor of Minnesota, the man Kamala Harris selected to be her running mate in her failed presidential campaign, is under renewed pressure due to the extraordinary amount of fraud and criminality in his state. Even NBC was asking Tim Walz the tough questions.
Dozens of people of East African descent have been charged, convicted, and sentenced for stealing more than $1 billion in taxpayer money from government programs during COVID. As you know, Governor, that is more than Minnesota spends each year to run its Department of Corrections. So I want to give you a chance to respond to this. Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems.
Say what now? Did he just say I take responsibility for putting these people in jail? He did no such thing. It was federal prosecutions that put them in jail. But watch as that lie takes hold in the media. And of course, it's repeated by the reliably daft ladies of The View.
Tim Walz said, I put these people in jail. Yeah. Wasn't like we sat around and didn't do anything. And the horrific part is, why is he painting all Somali Americans with this paintbrush?
Far from putting them in jail or even properly investigating fraudulent behaviour, this is what Tim Walz did, according to hundreds of state workers at the Minnesota Department of Human Services, who released a statement that began with this: Tim Walz is 100% responsible for massive fraud in Minnesota. We let Tim Walz know of fraud early on, hoping for a partnership in stopping fraud, but no, we got the opposite response. Tim Walz systematically retaliated against whistleblowers using monitoring, threats, repression, and did his best to discredit fraud reports. Let's bring in Sky News contributor Kosha Gator. Kosha.
All right, that is lefties losing their marbles there. Klaus Daniels decided to come to work today. He's a good boy. All right, that was the last little bit of the news I had for you hooligans. We are going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Who Through, and it's titled Tard. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled No, No, No. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing their marbles. Tori Wayne, so frickin' handsome, Mr. Murder Mittens. Yeah, big old Klaus Daniels. He's like kneading my flesh when he does that. I'm used to it at this point, but yeah, he's got the claws. Mary Todd, I want to punch Whoopi twice, both fists. Just Superman puncher. That's funny. Magic Moon, the fat cat. I know, he is. Big beefy there. I shut him in the door earlier. I didn't mean to. I was trying to run into the bathroom and I slammed the door. And when I did, I caught him right in the door. I hope he's okay. I think he's okay. He's a pretty tough cat. He's pretty tough. I had to pee. I don't know. It's just, I don't, you know, Russell had an incident peeing around his cat. I didn't want those problems. Trying to keep him safe and then shut him in the damn door. He was looking at me like, damn it, Dad, what do you do that for? Close me right in the door. Was a Reaper. Happy Freedom. Just a normal day. Lefties losing their minds. And that's right. Meta Man, Halloween is over. Nah, not for the lefties. What's up, Dano? Happy Freedom to you. Christine, so beautiful. Well, thank you. He's a good boy. What's up, Dart? Happy Freedom. What's up, Mares? Happy Freedom to you. Christine, what a name she has. I still don't understand why, though. Who are you talking about? I told the carry cat acupuncture. Yeah, that's what he was doing to my arm. Relieving stress or, you know, something like that. Meta Klaus lives. He is. Klaus forever. Oh, Tori Wayne. I forgot. Oh, let me see if we can do this without knocking the light over. Look at this fucking giant tower. Look how fucking big this thing is. It's big enough for me to play with it. You guys like this? Okay. Anyways, he does like this. And he tries to like climb on top of it. But he's like a 20-pounder flounder. So, you know, it gets a little tippy when he gets up there. But yes, he does love this thing. He's like, what are you doing in my tower? There you go, buddy. There you go. Yes. Tori Wayne, no, it's for Klaus. Okay. You're lucky. You got people fighting your battles here. Mm-hmm. Kev Sheamus compensating for something? Just a little bit. Matt Rogers, was he bailing from the bathroom or following like the toddler? He was following like a toddler. I was running into the bathroom. He was right behind me, and I was like, slammed the doors, caught him right in the side there. But he seems to be okay. He didn't get hit real hard, but I was like, well, damn, buddy, I can't even help you because I gotta pee. Like shit. Mary Todd, the Tower of Power. That's right. Totally care. Jeff can become a pole dancer. Only on the weekends. Grinch's bro Klaus is a pole dancer now. He's working on it. Working on his routine. Meta, oh baby. Mm-hmm. Oh baby, oh baby. Oh, Christine talking about Whoopi. Yeah. I don't think her real name is Whoopi, though. I'm trying to think. I don't think that's her real name, but I might be wrong. I just found out not that long ago that Jamie Foxx that's not his real name. That's his, like, you know, stage name or whatever. I don't remember what his real name is. Christine, where did the scratch post come from? I need 2 for my cats. I'll give you the link really quick. Tori Wayne got it off of the wish list. I think I can find the link. Maybe not. Did they remove it? Oh, there we go. There you go, Christine. That will take you right to it. Even if it's a strange name and it's dumb. I agree. A lot of people talk about how Goldberg is like a Jewish name. And like Whoopi Goldberg is, well, she is who she is. But a lot of people bring that up whenever she gets brought up. Tori Wayne, Whoopi Goldberg's real name is Karen Elaine Johnson. Yeah, see, where's Whoopi Goldberg come from? Kevin Shane's the OG Karen. Mary Todd, it's Karen. What did they say it was? Oh, that Karen with a K. Tori Wayne says it's Karen with a C. I didn't even know there was Karen with a C. Somebody asked me how to spell my name the other day, and I was like, it's Jeff. And they're like, yeah, but how do you spell it? I was like, what do you mean? They were like, is it Jeff with a J or Jeff with a G? And I was like, oh. No, it's Jeff with a J. I was like, if you can't spell Jeff, you shouldn't be working, okay? Like, you shouldn't even be able to have a job. Like, that's a really easy name, okay? You should see the names I got to read in the chat. Like, come on, man. What's up, Contempt? Happy Freedom? You'll never see Klaus Daniels having to sit on a specific bed at this or any stream. No, Klaus Daniels does what he wants. What's up, Will? Happy Freedom to you. Karen Johnson, Whoopi's real name. See, how did she get Whoopi? She'd probably just be shitting herself, you know? As Whoopi Cushion, right? I think that's where it came from. I don't know. Just making it up as I go. Either way, let's go ahead and get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals. Buy me a coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Now, I can't remember what day it is. It's been quite the week for me, unfortunately. Day 7. Where are we at here? Here's 7. Right here. Okay. This right here. This is day 7. So let's see what we get today. What do you think it is, Klaus? What do you think? Oh, I love this. What do you think? Yeah, you're a good boy. He's like, I think I'm a good boy. Well, you're right. You're right. We got the Vault Boy Christmas ornament here. Look at him styling with his hat. Good stuff. I love this. This is so badass. Fallout's my favorite shit. So, yes. Love everything about this. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate you. Heck yeah. I need to get this Christmas tree up. That's what I need to do. I'll try and get it up tomorrow. You know, you guys. I'll get it up for you. Just for you guys. Anyways, let's move forward to these funny videos really quick. This first one was provided by Who Through. Where's my chapstick? I lost my chapstick. There we go. Let me see. All right. Like I said, this one was provided by Who Through, and it's titled Tard.
Look, Donald Trump insulting me is a badge of honor for me, but I think we all know as...
It's a badge of honor, all right. All right, our official funny video of the day. It was provided by a Stoner. Let's get this pulled up. I remember. Takes a turn. Like I said, it was provided by Stoner and it's titled No. No, no.
Well, I must say, that was shockingly good for a first time. Very impressive.
First time?
Yes, your first time. And believe me, I'm not easy to impress.
Oh, Jane first time.
Wait, no. Not my first time, your first time.
No. Tarzan first time with Jane.
Well, yes, that is true as well, but I meant your very first time, because I'm the first woman you've ever met, so technically, this...
Tarzan beat cheeks, all time. Jungle never rests.
God, Tarzan, why are you lying? You're already smashed. You don't have to tell me you beat cheeks. Women don't get stranded in the rainforest every day. You only hang around gorillas.
Not the gorillas. It's not good. It's not good. Either way, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. Well, yesterday, because it's 1:48 now. But that's okay. Either way, I'm going to grab this link list link really quick. I'm going to drop it in the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. What's up, Neurodivergent? Happy freedom to you. Are you all recovered now, Neurodivergent? I haven't seen you since I heard you had an incident. All right, hooligans, there is the link list link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there in the chat while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. All right, like I said, we're going to read through really quick. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Ghostly, you saw this one? I saw it right before the live. Neurodivergent seeing the doctor next week, but it is a bit better. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Neurodivergent. Hopefully you can have a speedy recovery. Middle of the night streaming? Yeah, I had a lot of stuff I had to do earlier, and I told everybody we would go live, so we're live. Magic Moon, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Totally care, an animal lover. Something like that. Something like that. I totally care, my tree's up, but it's only half lit. Like me. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to get the tree up. Totally care, American Jeff, not UK Jeff. G-off, yeah. When I was younger, we had a kid in class that we all called G-off. That's probably what happens to all Jeffs that start with a G. They just get called G-off. What's up, Chad? Happy freedom to you. Yes, it's been a late night tonight. Lisa, what is that? What does that stand for? Meta, you're cracking me up. Sherry, she farts constantly. Oh, whoopee cushion. I think that's how she got her name. She's wobbly and bobbly and smells bad. Just like they said about Trump. What's up, Animated Adventure? Happy freedom to you. I don't know. I can't really talk about an Animated Adventure. I did talk to an attorney, but I can't hire an attorney because I need $10,000 to hire an attorney. So he told me to shut the fuck up and make some money and pray a lot. And that's that. He said it all sounds like straight bullshit, but it depends on how slow they are, you know, for the year. If they're not making a lot of arrests, they may pursue this shit. Otherwise, maybe not. So I don't know, but I can't talk about it. But I need you hooligans to pray for me, because people are doing fake shit to me, and the truth will set me free. Hey, thank you for stopping in, Animated Adventure. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Kept Seamus, really am digging the late night, like old times. See, we were pretty late yesterday, and we had a bunch of people in the chat, and somebody said, I can't remember who, somebody was like, maybe we should do it, you know, this late at night. Now, today is real late. Yesterday, I think we started at 10, but we'll see. I'm always late, but I'm not usually this damn late. Like I said, it's just been important stuff going on. All right, hooligans, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. It is time to raid out over on Rumble. Thank you so much, Neurodivergent, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. It says not 10K, but it's a start. Thank you, Neurodivergent. I really appreciate you. Totally care Jeff's theme song. I've been framed. Yeah, well, it's not even framed. It's just bullshit. That's what it is. Just straight up lawfare bullshit. And so I got to do what I got to do. No matter what happens in life, you deal with the police, you need to get an attorney. That's just how it goes. And so I'm praying for the best. Everybody who's been involved in what's going on in the background has said it looks like straight bullshit. So hopefully things will work out for the best. But like I said, I can't talk about it on the live. I don't want to tip the scale in the wrong direction or anything. But I really need some help getting some legal counsel because this shit is very expensive. And so just pray for me, you hooligans, because I really need it. Hey, thank you for being with us, Matt Rogers. Let's figure out who we're raiding over on Rumble. Who is this? Fresh and fit? I don't know. They had like boobies on the screen for a second there. They sort of. We should raid Adonis. I don't know if everybody would be ready for that. Alistair's live. Oh, you guys know we got to raid Alistair. Oh, yeah, we're totally raiding Alistair. This is so badass. I haven't been able to raid him yet because, you know, I'm not usually live this late. We're doing the thing here. Oh, but first, thank you so much, Tao, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass, Tao. Thank you so much. Says a little something for you. Thank you, Tao. I really appreciate you. All right, hooligans, we're going to raid Alistair. You guys know Alistair. This is going to be good stuff. I'm excited for it. Let's figure out how to raid. All right, hooligans, drop that like as soon as you land. It's our very own Alistair here.
Holy crap. Jeff, my man, what are you doing up this late? Happy freedom. Happy freedom. Elder Zoomer, too old to care. How you all doing? Demas. Dutton. Wow. Happy freedom, everyone. Happy freedom. How are you all doing? Lightsabers in the chat. That's what I like to see. There you go. You know where to hit me in my feelings. Ride or die. Yeah. How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Wednesday, or is it Thursday? I'm doing really well, man. I'm doing really well. I finally got to sit down and do some gaming tonight. I've been looking forward to this all day. Nero, my liege, Nero.
The entity Neurodivergent has entered the stream. All hail the king of the mods. Welcome in Neurodivergent. We are honored by your presence.
Thank you, Sidra.
New allegiance verified. Welcome to the void. Fear is the only force.
Thank you, Dutton. I appreciate that follow. Very, very much so. It's so great to see you all in my chat. It's I'm honored, really. I really am. King Jeff, you are the man. Thank you, Watchman. I appreciate the follow. Thank you, thank you.
Allegiance verified. Welcome to the void.
Captain Seamus, thank you, sir. I say sir as a gender neutral term. I know that sounds weird, but SER. I will, sir. I will definitely. Too old to care. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that.
New allegiance verified.
Badass raid, you hooligans. We got to raid the Alistair. That's so awesome. Never thought I'd get the opportunity. And here we are. Like I said, good job, hooligans. That was a good raid. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We're going to be live again tomorrow. I'm not going to say it's at 3 o'clock, but it'll be earlier than it was today. I do have stuff I have to do earlier on in the day, but hopefully I can get it all wrapped up quick like. And then we could be live at more of a normal time. I am trying to hit 3 o'clock, but there's more shit in my life going on now than there was before. So I'm going to do my best, but we're going to be live tomorrow. So either way, we're going to read through really quick and we're wrapping her up. Ghostly 2 a.m. Time to text the bar sluts. See who got a little too drunk and wants to make bad choices. Well, good luck to you, Ghostly, and be safe out there. Thank you for being with us, 10 Man. Thank you, Matt Rogers. Captain Seamus, great raid. Have a good night, everyone. Happy freedom. Thank you for being with us, Captain Seamus. Enjoy your night. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Bless you. Thank you, Neurodivergent. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Mary Todd sent a couple gifts. That might be the boxes I got. I got 2 boxes. I don't know who it's from because I haven't opened them. But anything we get between now and Christmas Day, we're going to hold on to it for the Christmas unboxing. That's why we haven't done any unboxings yet. So maybe what I have is from you. I appreciate you, Mary Todd. Thank you. Mary Todd, I stopped auto raid. What's... Alistair is who helps us do all of our graphics and stuff like that. I don't think I have one ready. Let me see. Maybe we still got this one here. New shirt. Bang. Alistair made that design, but he's made all kinds of designs. He's done a lot of our merch designs and stuff like that. And I mean, he helps in many different ways. Many different ways. And he's a very busy guy, and he started live streaming, and he's been kicking ass at it. So, yeah. Oh, Mary Todd, you just sent it, so it's not from you? Well, I appreciate you, Mary Todd. Thank you. Meta, he streams very laid back. Yeah. I have panic attacks the entire time I'm live. I got terrible anxiety. And so, for some reason, being on camera, it's like it gives you stage fright. And before I did this, I used to rap on stage. I used to do live performances, rapping and stuff. And for some reason, it's harder to do a live stream than it is to rap. Because I guess when you're on stage and stuff, people can't really see your eyes. So you're just kind of, looking at the crowd. But you spend most of the time in your head trying to remember the lyrics you're trying to sing or rap or whatever. Being live, you guys are like staring at my greasy face and you're staring at my giant cat and my ugly teeth and everything else. And so I don't know, for some reason it's a lot of pressure being in front of the camera and it's exhausting for some reason. I don't know why. You would think it wouldn't be. You're sitting on a chair, but it is actually very exhausting, especially if we do 10-hour lives covering protests and riots and stuff like that. I don't know. I just try my best, but I envy Alistair and all those guys who can be laid back, because even when I'm gaming, instead of paying attention to the game, I'm spending the entire time thinking what my face is doing. Because I don't want to be sitting there like making a stupid face trying to play the game. And so I don't know. I can't do it laid back. I envy Alistair. Dano, my dad always called me a hooligan. That's how the hooligan name started for us. Is that early on in the live streaming days when we were covering protests and stuff every day, we would have some troublemakers in the chat. Not real troublemakers, but just people joking around and goofing. And sometimes people get mad or whatever. But that's what it is to be a hooligan. And I told everybody that my grandma used to call me and my sister hooligans. We'd be running in and out. And she'd be like, you guys need to stay in the house and close the damn door, you fucking hooligans, And I told the chat about that. And everybody in the chat was like, yeah, we're a bunch of hooligans. And then the next day we went live and everyone's like, yeah, it's just Jeff and the hooligans here. And that kept going. And now everybody's hooligans. And that's how it went. Just like you're saying, Dano, my dad always called me a hooligan. And here we all are. Thank you, Too Old to Care. I appreciate it. All right, hooligans. I think we are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow at a reasonable time, a more reasonable time than today. But I really do appreciate all of you guys coming and hang out with me. Like I said, this is the third time saying it. I really thought I was going to be sitting here by myself. But I told you guys we would go live. The only time I cancel is if I absolutely have to. I don't like being late. I don't mean to be late. But I'm a busy guy. I got stuff happening all the time. And especially right now, I got stuff that's happening that is out of my control. I can't control it. I just have things I have to do, responsibilities and whatnot. But I told you guys we'd be live, and here we are. So I really appreciate all of you guys showing up. And thank you guys for helping me cover the news and making the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your night. I am going straight to bed right now because I need to get up in like 7 hours and go do some more work. And like I said, it shouldn't take as long, so we should be able to go live a little closer to on time. Either way, enjoy the rest of your night. You guys have been fantastic. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.